Welcome back to 2KOA Podcast. I'm Payton. This is my sister Paige, and we talk about murder and the macabre. So, in today's episode, we do have some business to get to. First of all, thank you, Casey from YouTube, that has communicated with us, and I'm very sorry that we have not had any visuals in a minute. I've been in the process of moving, and it's been a little hectic the last couple weeks for many reasons. So now that I am in a much more stable place and moved in and my life isn't quite as hectic, I will be getting visuals back up, I promise. But thank you. Continue communicating with us. We do have a Gmail account, so you can email us your suggestions or anything of that nature. It is 2kwaypodcast@gmail.com. And I'm really excited about that. I finally got my shit together with that thing. And there's some news in the true crime world that Paige and I were actually just discussing. There's a case out here in California in Lancaster where it's a little bananas. It's a father who
allegedly
with four allegedly. Well, we'll see. I'm keeping an eye on it. It's a father who he was a personal trainer who was doing Zoom conferences with his clients, and then he just stopped showing up one day. So one of his clients called in a gas leak in lieu of a wellness check. And the police showed up and found that he had murdered and decapitated his two oldest children, and the two youngest had been kept in their rooms, like starved for like 5 days, I think it was.
This was
So
right after
now,
Thanksgiving too. So it started, I think they said the death of the older two was November, I think 29th.
The end of November, and the police got there. I think they showed up around it was like December 9th or something that this thing broke.
It was early December, yeah.
Yeah, it was something of that nature, because I first learned about it I think on the 9th, because I was working and it started blowing up, and it's a little crazy. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And there's also an Instagram influencer, Alexis Sharkey. She was reported missing not very long ago, and they ended up finding her body on the side of a road in Houston. So yeah,
crazy stuff going on.
It's a little crazy
for some true crime stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep an eye on both of we're both gonna keep an eye on both of those cases and see kind of what unfolds from them. So yeah. Also, so this week, when you're listening to it, it'll be out on Christmas Day. So happy Christmas. Yeah. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to whatever you celebrate. And again, apologies for the non-existent schedule. I know it's been so flaky and hectic.
The good thing is, after the new year, we should get back to our once a week Tuesday schedule.
Yes. So if you're listening, the day this is released, it comes out on Christmas Day. We'll be taking a little bit of a hiatus. And then we'll have because we're actually going to be together in a few days.
I'm coming,
which is really exciting. So we're not going to be recording 2K away. We're going to be recording like 2 feet away. So, so have some exciting stuff coming, and the next episode will be out on the 5th of January, back to our regular schedule, and it won't be as crazy. So again, I apologize. My life has been a little bit of a shit show.
And I don't do any editing.
No. Pages useless. We've said before, folks.
Completely
useless. So we've done some heavy hitters. So I thought for our Christmas episode, we can do something a little bit more fun. And by fun, I mean just no murders.
Non-serial killer.
True. Yes. So we want to do something light and breezy. So we hope you enjoy yourself with whatever holiday that you are celebrating. I know there's like over 10 holidays that people celebrate during this holiday season. So we hope you're having fun. We hope you're celebrating with family and being safe. So let's get into this week's episode. So I decided to do something, again, light and breezy. So every year, young children in certain European countries, specifically Austria, get ready for St. Nicholas to visit them. And if they've been good little kitties, they'll get rewarded with presents and treats. But every year on December 5th, if they've been little heathen shitheads, they'll have to fight for their fucking lives and face Krampus.
Oh my gosh.
No, I just hit my mic. Whoops. All right. So, I'm sure by now we've all heard of Krampus. He's definitely been making a comeback in pop culture. But if you haven't, just keep listening. All right. So, Krampus is
Let me fill you in.
Right. Let me tell you a thing. So, Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure in Alpine folklore. I didn't know what Alpine folklore meant. It just means like in certain parts of Austria.
That was the word you didn't know.
Not anthropomorphic. No, I know that. I know what that means. Because I was like,
we are weirdly cultured.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, no odd things.
Right. We can't tell you where anything is. Obviously, if you listen to previous episodes, we don't know where anything is. So he's an anthropomorphic figure in Alpine folklore who during the Christmas season scares and punishes children who have misbehaved.
Poor kids.
So as far as appearance goes, he's like half man, half goat, half demon looking motherfucker. In like traditional postcards, which they've made like postcards and stuff with him. I just spit on my computer. But in traditional postcards, he's shown like chasing after women and children. So I don't know why he's chasing after women. Maybe he's just a pervert. I don't know. He has a long tongue that sometimes like goes like halfway down his chest. I have a picture that I'll be showing you. Yeah, I have a couple pictures I'm going to be showing you. So his appearance has varied through the years, but all in all, he's half goat, half demon, half man, you know, and is often portrayed with one human foot and one cloven hoof.
That's so strange.
I know, right? I don't know what the purpose is.
How lopsided would you feel?
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, how badly does he limp? Because
and which side is the limp?
Right? It has to be hard chasing children with a hoof, you know?
I mean, you would think.
Maybe. And of course, usually he has horns and a long, like, billy goat type beard as well. So as far as like origins go, no one's really quite sure where his origins like kind of started from. Some folklorists and anthropologists have thought that maybe he has like pre-Christian origins, like more specifically like in pagan celebrations of the winter solstice, which is right now, in case anybody doesn't know. And of course we know that Christian traditions and holidays did adopt certain pagan practices and traditions as well. He's even sometimes seen as like the horned god of the witches. So in certain covens, so it's actually kind of cool. So I'll explain like what he does later on, but basically like he carries in some cultures, like he carries around like birch twigs or something, and to like certain witch covens, that's like important in some covens.
Birch?
Yeah, the birch wood. I won't really go into it because it's not really super relevant. But yeah, I mean, like the horned god of the witches, he's kind of that like half demon goat type looking person. Yeah, he's a person. So yeah, so that's why some people see like Krampus as the same kind of thing, because he just definitely has that like goat demon look, obviously. So since the 17th century, European versions of Saint Nicholas have always had like a scary counterpart.
The
like
anti-Santa.
Basically like Belschnickel or Nent Ruprecht, I think that's how you pronounce that, sorry, for example, that give the punishments. So So you have Santa, and then like wherever you're from, you have Santa's counterpart. Santa gives you presents. The other counterpart punishes you. So,
we don't really have in America. We don't really have an anti-Santa, really, do we?
I mean, no, it's just Santa gives you coal if you're bad, which
that's lame as shit.
Not really now. Coal's valuable. I'd be like, oh, thanks. Like, I can either A, keep warm, or B, sell it for some cash. I would prefer the coal. So this is why every year I'm as awful as I can be, so I get coal. Also, I'm sorry that I'm all nasally because I was playing with the cat last night, so my sinuses suck.
Way to go.
I know. God, it's hot in here. All right, so depending on where you're from in Europe, Krampus is the similar counterpart for the Alpine, from Australia's Alpine region folklore, where he's been recognized for hundreds of years. Basically, what that means is that Santa and Krampus are lovers. I think they're lovers.
Obviously, that's what it is.
Obviously. I mean, they've been together that long.
I mean, they're so obsessed with each other.
They pal around all the time. So, in Alpine Austria and some parts of Germany, when Krampus comes, this day is known as Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night, which is December 5th. So the next day is Nikolastag, which I think that's how you pronounce that, which is St. Nicholas Day, where all the remaining children who haven't been beaten, drowned, or damned get presents. So what does he do to bad children exactly? All right.
Beats them, he damns them, and he kills them.
But more specifically.
My gosh.
So sometimes he leaves bundles of sticks. I'm sorry.
Put on vibrate, damn it.
My bad. So sometimes he leaves bundles of sticks just because here, you've been shitty, so I'm giving you sticks. So that's the birchwood that I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
In case you were wondering. I've even seen a picture of him like sitting on a bundle of sticks like a witch.
Like on a broom?
Like on a broom, but it was like a pile of sticks, like all wrapped up, and then like children behind him. It was the weirdest thing. So again, sometimes he leaves bundles of sticks or just hits them with the sticks instead.
That's what I've heard, that he takes them like a switch and hits them with the stick.
Yeah. So he might toss them into a sack that he carries around and he might throw the sack into a stream to drown. Or he might just straight up drag you to hell. I guess it depends on how shitty you've been.
Oh my gosh. I hate that we're laughing so hard about this.
This is what I mean by light and breezy, people.
Because it just, he's a lot. Krampus really is, he's a lot. He does a lot of things, and he just can't stick with one thing.
No. There's also something known as Krampuslauf, which is translated to Krampus Run. This isn't any specific day, and again, this stuff is still like celebrated in places in the world. Both the night and the run are where nowadays, anyway, especially where grown men dress as Krampus and like scare the shit out of children.
I would love to do that.
They take sticks and like hit people. like videos of grown men in Krampus costumes just beating the shit out of people in the streets, running around. Yes, it is a custom that I hope we adopt here in the United States. I have a lot of aggression. So anyway, so they like whack people in the legs and then like later drunkenly rage in their costumes.
It just sounds like a ton of fun.
It does. So it is this tradition that still goes on, and I hope the entire United States adopts this tradition. But the costumes, they're all homemade. So like, yeah, you can go out and you can buy like a Krampus costume or whatever, but traditionally, like people will spend like the entire year putting together like their costumes and making like their masks and everything. I'm going to show you a video too, and it's cool as fuck. So
awesome.
So I'm going to show you something. So like, in just going through history, so through the years, places started making postcards depicting Krampus on them, like stuffing shithead kids into satchels and like dragging them to hell and stuff. And like there's even like some of like him licking the kids. So again, I don't know if he's just a pervert.
Okay, now I can't deal with Krampus. If he's gonna lick me, I'm probably gonna have to chop his tongue off or something. Fine. Because I can't deal with anybody licking me.
I know. It's fine though. And I even have a picture that I have a couple pictures I'm going to show you in a video. I don't have a video. I haven't picked any videos out of the grown men and running around and like beating people with sticks, unfortunately, but you can definitely look that up. That's definitely a thing that you can see. I'm going to show you the Krampus run. Not the run, maybe the night. I don't know which it is. No, but I'm going to show you because it's cool as shit, and you are going to want to celebrate Krampus night from now on every year after I show you. So, where was I? A 1958 article about the Krampus legend in Styria, a state in southeast Austria, says that Krampus would deliver gold-painted bundles of birch sticks to children. So again, these were essentially small versions of the bundle of twigs he would use to beat people, and the families would hang the birch twigs on the wall for the rest of the year as decoration to remind the kids, like, don't fuck around. So this is crazy. Between 1934 and 1938, when Austria was under fascist rule, Krampus was seen as a symbol of like sin, like an anti-Christian label. So the newspaper of the Austrian Catholic Union called for a Krampus boycott. And the government of Linz, which again is in Austria, forbid Krampus celebrations and even like mandated that all aspiring like St. Nicholas's, so anyone who wanted to play Santa, had to be licensed by the city.
This is my Santa license.
Yes. And so Austria pledged to arrest Krampus if they saw him.
Oh.
So I don't know if it was just like anyone who would be dressed as Krampus or if they were looking for the real Krampus. I don't know. It didn't specify. So
I mean, geez.
I don't know. So, and in 1950,
Excuse me, Santa. Can I please see your license and registration?
Right. Cops like pulling Santas over in the street, like, whoa.
Do you have that sleigh registered?
Right. I don't see a license for these reindeer. And in 1953, the head of Vienna's kindergarten system also published a pamphlet calling Krampus an evil man and warned parents that celebrating him could scar their children for life.
I have to say, I don't disagree with that. Because seriously,
he does have potential to scar your children.
Yes, he is bad. He'll take your kid who's just been a brat and drown him in a lake. Like, oh, you haven't shared your toys all year?
Well, see,
looks like you got to drown.
See, this is why I hope we adopt this custom, because with Santa, what consequence you get? You get a lump of coal. With Krampus, you get killed.
Scare those little fuckers.
Exactly. So scare them into being good.
Because that works so well.
So Krampus has become increasingly more popular here in the US as well. Which he's made appearances in pop culture like Venture Brothers, Grimm, Supernatural, the Colbert Report. I'm so smart. An American Dad. And even the Krampus-inspired movie. It's like a Krampus horror film, which I was going to watch in preparation for this, but I'm like, you know what? I'll watch that later. It's fine.
And you know, it kind of Bob's Burgers.
Yes.
They don't call it Krampus though.
They never said Krampus, but there was definitely someone in a Krampus costume.
No, they called it, what do they call it? Oh shit. I can't believe I can't think of this.
It might have been like one of the other like
one of the names. Yeah,
one of the other but it could have been like anything else from like European folklore, like like Belschnickel or whoever's name that was that I couldn't pronounce. So it might have been something of that nature.
I'll think of it.
Yeah, so there are Krampus parties here in the US. Specifically, Los Angeles has a Krampus scene.
Oh, that's awesome.
So when the plague ends, you bet your ass I'm going to put on horns and one hoof and I'm going to beat the shit out of people in the streets here.
This damn plague.
Right? I'm going to grow a beard, put on horns and a hoof. That's what we're going to do. So next year, look out for me because I'm going to be arrested. Probably. Who knows? I don't know. Okay. So as far as like information, that's kind of it, honestly. I could have went into a little bit more detail, but I was like, no, that's fine. So I'm going to show you a couple pictures.
Of course. Because you just can't get into details about anything ever.
Hey, you know what? In my next one, I promise I will do all the research. That's kind of my... I don't make New Year's resolutions, but if I did, my New Year's resolution is to do better research. Okay. Oh, no. I'm not going to show you that just yet. Okay. So I have two pictures to show you. So the first one is Krampus stuffing a kid into a basket. See, look how... Do you see it? Do you see what I mean about the half, like, the cloven foot and the foot?
Oh, yeah. And the foot has, like, long-ass claws.
Talons, yeah. So he's definitely limping.
Well, yeah, because that even looks long. That leg looks longer. But that poor little boy, the little girl sitting there like, heh, I was good. You were a shithead.
I know. Look at that face. She's like, I've got apples. And he's like, no. And Krampus is like,
that's gross.
I know.
I don't like it.
Okay, so the next picture I have to show you is literally St. Nicholas, which again, with Christian traditions, is Santa Claus. Okay. And Krampus right behind him.
In a crouch with a pitchfork. That's his stupid tongue out too.
Yes, so they're here, I think, to decide whether this kid has been good or bad. So when St. Nick goes, no, you've been bad.
Let me introduce you to my friend.
Yes.
Aw, poor little kid.
Oh,
poor little sweet thing.
Face. He's all like crouched and scared and shit. So the video that I have to show you, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. That's not what I wanted either. This is cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
That is, yeah.
I'm sorry, but
any shit goes into that.
Any celebration that has to do with fire, I'm all for it. And look at this dude. I mean, not him, the one behind him.
Whoa.
Look at his horns.
Oh my gosh, they shoot fire. That's phenomenal.
I know. Don't you want to do this?
And yes, because I want to wear that costume. That's exactly amazing.
And apparently, like, through the years, there are people that, like, specifically make Krampus masks, like, to order.
Wow.
And like they're fairly valuable. Like an old Krampus mask, like people go crazy for it.
Holy crap, man.
Mm-hmm. You see, they all have sticks because they're gonna beat some people.
Yeah. Wow. And they got little numbers on them too.
Yeah, the reason for that, so everybody has to have a number because
Probably like a costume contest or something, right?
no,
Oh.
in recent years, like sometimes Krampus night will get a little out of hand. So they started getting pretty out of hand. So now every year, if you wear a, that's not,
What?
here we go.
Get out of that.
I'm just gonna get out of there. It just went to the next video, sorry. So every year, what you have to do is you have to put on a number. So if you do something stupid, like if you beat someone with a stick too hard, they can tell police, yeah, it was number 45. So that's the thing every year now, is that if you if you dress up as Krampus, you have to wear a number for in case they have to arrest you, you know?
Oh man.
So yeah. So that is a wonderful tradition that I hope we adopt here officially in the US. I hope we get rid of Santa and just do Krampus. Quite frankly.
That's just and it's just like I said, he's not consistent with what he does either.
I think it depends on how shitty you've been.
I guess.
Or maybe just how he's feeling, like, oh, you didn't make your bed? To hell you go.
Seriously. Crazy motherfucker.
See? Consequences.
My gosh.
So I'm gonna start making my Krampus costume for next year, I guess is what I'm saying.
We hope you've all been good this year.
Yes.
Although it's been I bet he'll just skip over this year because he's like, everybody, I bet this year is Krampus's fault. I bet that's what it was. Every shitty, weird thing that's happened this year, it's Krampus.
No, it's Santa.
Yeah, because he's trying to impress his lover. Not Mrs. Claus.
There's no such thing as Mrs. Claus. Is Krampus in a wig.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. See? Krampus puts on a wig and little glasses and pretends to be Mrs. Claus, and then when Santa decides that the kid's been bad, then he takes off the wig and is like, hey. And now I'm crying.
Oh man.
So yes, so that is Krampus. We hope you enjoyed this light and breezy episode about a horned half demon kids. So light and breezy.
So awful.
It's fine. So again, we know that this holiday season is going to look a little bit differently this year. Some of you might not be able to see your families. Whatever kind of Christmas or holiday you have, whether it's a Zoom Christmas, which I'm sure will be for most people. We hope you enjoy it. And remember, be good little boys and girls, or Krampus will stuff you in a sack and throw you in a river and drag you to hell.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
You don't want that.
No.
The sack is itchy and uncomfortable. That's the last thing you want. You don't want burlap sack burn.
You don't. It's uncomfortable.
No bueno. But you can follow us on Facebook at
2K away.
And you can follow us on Instagram at 2KOA Podcast. And again, we do have a Gmail now. So if you want to email us and suggest something, our email is 2kwaypodcast@gmail.com. We do have a YouTube channel. It is at 2KOA Podcast. You can search for us. And if you listen to us on Apple Podcast, leave us a review. Give us some stars. We hope you keep listening. And we hope you have a wonderful holiday season, no matter what that looks like. So we will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.